Right now on Up with KREM, the man charged with killing 4 University of Idaho students could be back in court. Why he wants to take back his guilty plea.
And as we're waking up on this Thursday, mild conditions, partly cloudy skies with sunshine and temperatures in the 80s later on.
Plus, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is pushing for a cell phone ban in schools across the state. It's stricter than most policies already in place. This is a live look at the pavilion glowing pink for the late, great Dolly Parton. Her loss still being felt across the country. Later in the show, we are talking to a country artist who released a duet with Dolly Parton and will be performing it here in the Inland Northwest this weekend. Good Thursday morning, friends. It's good to see you here. It's August 27th. You're watching Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. Jenny Power joining us here on this Friday Eve, one day closer to the weekend. Jenny, gosh, it's been so hot the last couple of days. Are cooler temperatures on the way?
Yes, Tim. Today we kind of start to see that heat break later on this afternoon. It's still going to be warm and feel summer-like out there, but this is the start of a downward trend when it comes to our temperatures. But yes, it's true. After yesterday's above average temperatures, we're waking up to some mild conditions this morning. 63 degrees is the current temperature in Spokane. It's partly cloudy. Winds are light out of the south, near 6 miles per hour sustained in the Spokane area. We're at 64 degrees over in Coeur d'Alene with some low 50s north to Deer Park and Sandpoint, upper 60s right now for my friends in Walla Walla, 63 degrees in Omak, and winds really across the region are on the lighter side. So that's good news, at least for now. We have been seeing some moderate to good air quality across a lot of eastern Washington and North Idaho, but unfortunately still we are continuing to see some of the worst air quality out toward central Washington as the Little Giant Fire has been a heavy smoke producer. So we're waking up to some unhealthy air up toward Omak. Now, winds are going to gradually start to increase through the rest of this afternoon and evening, and so we are going to watch for some more smoke potentially being blown into eastern Washington and North Idaho. This is a look at one model's depiction of that for late tonight and into tomorrow. So air quality is still something that we need to be monitoring closely here. And speaking of those more elevated winds, we do now have some red flag warnings in place for the Okanagan Valley and into the Waterville Plateau. Full details and timings of this incoming system, as well as how cool we're going to get this weekend, ahead. But now let's get you out the door with what we're seeing on your traffic impact. Right now, I want to start with a live look at I-90 and Arthur. You can see that actually traffic volume still on the lower end through this stretch of the morning commute. I do want to show you another live look that takes us out toward Liberty Lake, a live look at I-90 and Appleway, where things are also moving smoothly. So for folks that might be traveling a little bit further east, road conditions are dry, partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at our traffic maps, no major collisions to report to you, and actually no slowdowns even at this hour. Tim?
All right, Jenny, continuing coverage this morning, 2 court hearings have been set for the man who pleaded guilty to killing 4 University of Idaho students. Brian Koberger has been in prison since the 2022 deadly stabbings of Madison Mogan, Kaylee Consalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Court records show Koberger wants to withdraw his guilty plea. The 31-year-old claims he took the plea based on threats, false promises, and wrong information. A judge has now scheduled a status conference for June 3rd, 2027. An evidentiary hearing will be held 2 weeks later. Right now, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is moving forward with his proposal to ban cell phones in schools statewide. Smart devices, including smartphones and watches, would be banned during regular school hours for all K-12 public schools. The governor went to schools while drafting the proposal to get feedback from students, teachers, and parents.
One thing that was mentioned was how students during lunchtime, for example, didn't like that sometimes, other students are filming them, for example, that their own safety was something they didn't feel comfortable with because of the use of phones, even outside the classroom, but in the school building and the impact that had. We had a press conference like this on the other side of the
It still needs to pass through the state legislature before becoming law. If that happens, Governor Ferguson wants the policy to take effect in September of 2027. Some school districts in Washington, like Spokane Public Schools, already have a phone policy in place. It's different from the governor's proposal, which is called a way for the day. Right now, under SPS policy, all elementary and middle school students are phone-free during school hours. while high schools are phone-free during class, but are allowed to use them during meals and passing periods. Governor Ferguson's policy would take it a step further, banning phones bell to bell, meaning during school hours, phones, smartwatches, and other devices would not be allowed. New this morning, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says they received a $10,000 donation from a climber they rescued last month. The Sheriff's Office says Spokane Regional Air Unit Support rescued a 37-year-old climber who became stranded overnight on a small cliff ledge. The climber had left the Cathedral Rock Trailhead last month, but when he was descending, he mistakenly took the wrong route, leading him to get stuck for 18 hours on the ledge. The climber was rescued and brought to a hospital. The Sheriff's Office says the donor wants to stay anonymous. If you're looking for a fun way to help Spokane area fire victims, the Oscar Mayer Weinermobile has traveled from Wisconsin to Spokane for a fire relief event at a local favorite here in town. Regan Gallo live with us this morning with how you can get involved. Regan, this is so great, and you won't be able to miss it on your drive in this morning.
Yeah, this is definitely a sight to see for Spokane. Right outside Frank Steiner, you're going to see the Oscar Mayer Weinermobile. Pretty cool. They are here to help support a fire relief fundraiser to raise money for Second Harvest. Second Harvest was very important to the owner, Larry Brown, who recently passed away. And so those proceeds are going to go to Second Harvest to then go back to the Spokane area fire victims. But with the Oscar Mayer team here, they go all across the country all year long, and they are coming from Wisconsin, that Oscar Mayer Weinermobile. Here we have lucky dog Lauren, and she is going to tell us a little bit about her journey through Oscar Mayer and where you're going throughout the rest of this weekend, but also what can we see on the menu today for people who stop by?
Well, I feel like a lucky dog to be here today. Let me tell you, this looks hot, diggity delicious. It is 2 eggs, hash browns, and of course, Oscar Mayer wieners. They've been fried in bacon grease, so they're a little extra special, and I just can't wait to dig in. I think it's going to be delicious. We are here from 8 to 10 today, and then later tonight, we're going to be at the Onion, their sister restaurant, from 5:30 to 7:30, where they're also serving an Oscar Mayer special.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is something that you do all across the country. You get to travel for an entire year, and you haven't been to Spokane before, correct?
I have never been to Spokane. We are in a new city every single week with the Weinermobile, and I have seen 13 different states so far. It is so much fun. We're spending miles of smiles, and everyone is excited to see the Weinermobile.
Your energy is, I'm so connected to it right now. I'm so connected to her energy right now. One last thing, Frank Steiner is like an institution of Spokane, so thank you so much for being here. Everyone appreciates it, and they love this place, so we are going to bring a lot of smiles today, and especially to those who have been impacted by these fires here in Spokane. So today, 8 to 10 here at Frank Steiner. If you miss it, don't worry, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Onion on Division, and I'm told by the owners they really want kiddos to be involved too this evening if they missed earlier today. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Oscar Mayer Weinermobile is here. Come check it out, and then come get some good food. We're going to toss it back to the studio.
And that leads to our wake-up call question of the morning. Looks like a lot of fun, Regan, but our question is all about hot dogs. Since the Oscar Mayer Weinermobile is here in town, we want to know, what toppings do you like on a hot dog? Someone said nothing, ketchup on the side. Interesting, you like to dip. Chili cheese dogs, that sounds good. And someone else writing in cheese. Let us know what you like on your hot dog. Text us at 509-448-2000. Tonight, Avista customers have an opportunity to give feedback on a potential rate increase. The Washington Utilities and Transportation Commission is holding a virtual meeting at 6:30 p.m. Avista says they filed the 4-year plan to increase prices to help recover increased operating and maintenance costs and fund critical investments like wildfire safety and technology improvements. If you want to give feedback, go to Avista's website to sign up. Still ahead here on Up with KREM, we are talking to Bells, an up-and-coming country music artist. One of her songs is a duet with the late Dolly Parton. After the break, what fans can expect for her upcoming show. And later, we'll introduce you to the winner of TSA's Cutest Canine contest. And before we go to break, we do want to wish all the students, teachers, and staff at Oakdale, Othello, and Wahluke school districts a wonderful first day of school. Now let's take you live outside with a look at the pavilion where you can see it is lit up pink for Dolly Parton.